guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel, and it's so great to see you here. And today I got a couple of ranked videos that we're doing today. So in this video, we're going to be going over the Skillet discography. Now, Skillet is a band that means a lot to me. They were one of the first bands I really got into. And yeah, you had some like Toby McAnew's Boys and Brave and Mercy Me that I liked before. But as far as I can remember, I've been a fan of these guys since like 2010, I think. So yeah. So we're going to be going over their albums. Now, not including their live albums or compilation albums or anything. This is just their studio albums. All 10 of them, we're going to rank them. So let's get into it. Now, like I said, I don't have all of Skillet's albums. Not even all the studio albums, but I'm like 2 away from that. So, number 10 at the bottom is Hey You, I Love Your Soul. Hey You, I Love Your Soul is kind of a weird album for me. It just doesn't do it for me 100%. It's probably the album that has my least favorite Skillet song. That is Coming Down, but it does have some interesting instruments in the song in the beginning. But it seems like when John starts singing it, it just does a nosedive or something. So yeah, that's my least favorite Skillet song probably, but either way, but it does have some positive songs to it. Like Locked in a Cage and Hey You, I Love Your Soul, the title track, but yeah, that's Hey You, I Love Your Soul. Number 9, Skillet, their self-titled debut. This also has some of their weakest material, but at least they've had a better sound in this album for their debut. It sounds a little bit better. It kind of has an Alice in Chains type sound for grunge, or a softer version for grunge sound, but I don't know. It's kind of a cool sound that they were going for. So now we get into it. I have one CD, I have the rest of them. So, number 8, Alien Youth. Excuse me, this is a way better album than the other two, actually. This has some goodies like Alien Youth soundtrack, Ripping Me Off, Eating Me Away, and You Are My Hope. But yeah, this is a really good album, I think. If you haven't heard it, go give it a try. So that's Alien Youth at number 7. So, yeah. Or no, 8. My mistake. So that's number 8. Now we get to number 7. Number 7 is its predecessor, Invincible. Released in the year 2000, I think. This is a good album. It's the first one I did in the new millennium, I think. It's kind of got more electronic-y sound, but I like it still. I like some electronic music, and this is how to do it right, I guess. With some rock into it. It has like The Fire Breathes, Best Kept Secret. I like the song Rest, at least. Invincible, Come Up to the Future, and the list goes on now. So it's Invincible at number 7. So yeah, it's number 6. Number 6, Rise. That's when they were more known. Now we got the first 4 out of the way. Before they were known, this is now when they were known. So Rise, out of their known stuff, this is my least favorite by far. But it's still a good album. It's better than something than the other 4, but it's still good. I like the song Sick of It and Not Gonna Die. I do like the song American Noise a little bit. I don't mind it. It's not my favorite, but I don't mind it. And you can't forget that guitar riff in Circus for a Psycho. And then you do have Salvation, What I Believe, and Fire and Fury. And this is the deluxe edition that comes in the digipack. So it has two bonus songs, which are Battle Cry and actually no, three of them. Not two, three. If I mentioned that, I didn't mean to make that mistake. So Battle Cry, Everything Goes Black, and Freak Show. Which Everything Goes Black kind of at the beginning, when that one guitar thing sounds, it kind of sounds like a Christian Three Doors Down a little bit. But cool. So yeah, that's Rise at number 6. That's enough on that. So yeah. Now, this is when we get to the really good stuff. In my opinion, at least. Oh, wait a minute, never mind. Well, let's do what I said. Number 5, Collide. This was probably the first famous album from them, I think. Either that or an album that's coming up later. Collide is a really good album. It's probably their hardest album. Definitely their heaviest, like I said. It's got some of my favorites from them, like Savior, Forsaken, what else? Open Wounds, Cycle Down, Under My Skin, Collide, and whatchamacallit. What's that one? Fingernails. Like I said, these are some of Skillet's heaviest songs, so yeah. That is Collide at number 5. Now, the next one I think is a really good album. And you're going to be shocked that I have it this high. But at number 4, I have Unleashed. My unpopular opinion, I actually like this album. I think it's one of their best. It does have some of my favorite songs from them, like Stars and Feel Invincible. And yeah, I know some people are going to go, why did they ruin that? But they already had a good album and song called Invincible. But Feel Invincible, I think, is a really good song. It brings a little something new to the table, a little bit, and kind of brings back the electronic sound that they haven't done in like, what, 15 years? When this, around the time this album arrived. So yeah, and then they also had like I Want to Live, and then Undefeated, Out of Hell, Lions, and let's not forget the closing track, The Resistance. So yeah, that's Unleashed at number 4. Another unpopular one. And number 3 is their newest album, Victorious. Now, funny thing is, I used to think Unleashed was a little bit better than this one, but now I've come to the conclusion that this one's a little bit better. I listened to this one a little bit more, so yeah. This has some songs like Legendary. I know it sounds too much to some people, like Feel Invincible, but it has a little bit more rawness to it. But there's also You Ain't Ready, Anchor, and then Terrified of the Dark. Those are probably the 2 loudest songs. And then Finish Line, of course. What else is there? There's Rise Up, and my personal favorite, Back to Life, the closing track. Cannot forget that song's ending part. With the guitar riff, the breakdown, just everything. I like everything about that song. Which, according to some fan, I think they made a reference to Monster, an older song. So, yeah. That is Victorious at number 3. Number 2, Comatose. Yeah, that's it. Number 2 is Comatose. Like I said, this is probably the second album I ever got into by them. And also one of my first CDs I ever got, so I would have to say this is a really good album. It has some songs like Whispers in the Dark, Rebirthing, Comatose, The Last Night, even the piano ballad, Say Goodbye. Well, it's not a piano ballad, but say, it just sounds like it at the beginning. Say Goodbye is even a good song. Falling Inside the Black, Better Than Drugs. Those Nights, The Older I Get, the list goes on. So, this is easily a 9 out of 10 album. Now, this was either Collide or this album was the first famous album by them. So, yeah, that is Comatose number 2. Now, I think you know what's number 1. It's the only one left in here. But number 1, Awake. This is definitely the first album that I ever got into by them. First ever one I discovered, saw them back with Toby Mac a long time ago, back in 2010. I got this CD not too long later, sometime in 2010. So this has some of my favorites, which I accidentally mentioned. Monster, it's one of my favorites on the album. A lot of people's favorite. Hero, Awake and Alive, One Day Too Late, It's Not Me, It's You, Don't Wake Me, You Never Surrender, Believe, and Should Have and You Could Have, Forgiven, and Sometimes. But yeah, this is definitely their best album, to me at least. No, I know not everybody likes this album a lot, but I do. It's definitely a nostalgic album for me. This was my 4th ever CD I ever got. So yeah, that's probably has something to do with it being number 1, but still. That is Awake at number 1. So that is my opinion on the Skillet discography and how I would rank the albums. How would you do it? Let me know down in the comments down below. Hope you enjoyed it. Until then, next time.